I hope this works. Hello. Oh, it pinked it pretty good. Mura! Hey, hey, hey. Wow, you were quick. That was insanely fast. I was like kind of revving up to just be alone for the first couple minutes at minimum. Just like, it was kind of insane. How are you? I mean, I guess I already asked you a couple hours ago while I was at the gym. So technically, it's like, it hasn't been that long. But I hope you're still doing good. Hopefully nothing changed. Like I mentioned before, I get stream notifications. Yeah, that is pretty cool. But even then, I feel like that's super quick. Like it's not like it's not like I like set up something beforehand. I just like whenever I click stream, it just goes right to streaming. Some people do like some people like to tease it first or something, but not me. I'm just kind of surprised by your speed, I guess. Anyway, hopefully the unboxing is going really well. Oh, I don't know how much information I'm supposed to. I don't know if you mind me talking about it. Hello. Hi, Zine. What's up? What's up? I'm an open book. Okay. I don't know if it's like a personal thing or whatever. Just trying to be careful, I guess. All right. But yeah, I just felt like practicing a little bit. I had a lot of free time, and I'm also starting up a project. It's been a while since you last streamed. I streamed 3 days ago. I streamed like a couple days ago, but yes, it's been a while since I'm getting back into the swing of things, essentially. But yes, it has been quite a moment. But I'm trying my best to get into the flow of everything. So I'm usually when I stream now, I'm using it as like time to practice, time to talk. I'd like to think I've gotten better since I've been gone at drawing while talking, but no promises. I'm just going to be using Line of Action, the website, just to practice some gestures for a little bit. So yeah, let's see. That should be merged into it. I love gestures. Yeah. This stuff isn't gestures. This was last stream actually. Yeah. So this was last stream. I was practicing some clothes. Trying to figure out how to do clothes a lot better. Not gonna get distracted by yapping anymore. I can't promise that. That's 100% something I cannot promise. But I feel as though I'm a lot better at it now. And I feel like I'm also a lot better at gestures, because last time I think you guys saw me, I was very adamant about not doing gestures. I just didn't think it was for me, but given that a lot of my free time suddenly shot through the roof, I decided that gestures weren't too bad of an idea. Still relatively new at gestures. I wouldn't say I'm an expert or anything, but you know, I give myself usually about 2 minutes to draw them. I don't usually do gestures. I usually do gestures on paper though, so this is gonna be a little weird for me to do gestures. Kind of, you know, not as so. Sadly though, whenever I am drawing, I don't look at chat, so I just start yapping to myself. But who knows? But yeah, I'm not like fantastic at them. I do find them quite fun though. Now, a lot more than I did before. I definitely still have the construction look to it. I guess it's less gesture and more like trying to draw as fast as I can or as loose as I can. I did hear that there is no real way to do gestures, but at the same time, I've been told that my gesture drawings are still very much in the construction look to them. If you hear that dinging, it's the website giving me an update on my time. I have like a minute left apparently. But what I'm more focused on is getting proportions right, or getting it to a point where I don't have to be too confused on proportions. Oh no, my toolbar. It's going to take some time off, but it's fine. So just try to get the usual feel. I also take pauses in between them. So kind of like that. That's usually what my gestures look like, I feel. Your music is not playing. My music is not playing. Hello? Are we sure it's not playing? Is that better? I can't tell. Let's see. Device. Is it really not playing? Or are you trolling? Maybe it's really... I did put it relatively quiet. Is that better? Can you hear it? Maybe I need to up this. Better? Better? Maybe? Do you know about the 6-month gesture routine? No, I can't say that I know much about the 6-month gesture routine. I can't say I do. Okay, that's one gesture drawn down. Oh, shoot. Oh. I'm really quiet now? Uh-oh, uh-oh. Let's see. Swell. Doing swell, doing swell. Oh. Uh-oh. Hopefully my mic doesn't die here. That'd be... I hate having a webcam. At the same time, I enjoy it, but now you can see my panic in real time. Let's see. I wonder why it's gone. It says it's right here. But I can't put it as my source. That's weird. It's really weird. Properties. Default. Nope. Global settings. Is that better? Oh! Wait, maybe not. Hello? Hello, hello? Hello, hello? Is that better? Or is that too quiet still? I'm just going to assume it's fine until someone tells me otherwise. It was a challenge by a YouTuber named Veal to draw 60 one-minute gestures every day for 6 months. That sounds kind of insane. I used to draw about 40. What was my goal originally? I think it was like 20 or so, 20 to 30, 20 to 40 every day, 2 minutes. I give myself usually 2 minutes to draw them. So that was my goal. But I can't imagine doing 61 minute gestures because I'm not someone who can sit still for very long. Like whenever I draw a gesture, I usually do, now I do 10 for 2 minutes, each for 2 minutes. And then if I feel like doing more, I do more. I usually use it as a warm-up now than a practice that I religiously do. But before it was a lot more. I never did 60 though. Maybe it was 60. Maybe it was. I don't know. But I remember like not spending too much time on gestures because I didn't want it feeling like homework, if that makes sense. I wish I could show my references, but Lines of Action sometimes has nude photos, and I don't really know how I've heard YouTube's terms and service type stuff is a little iffy with them. So oh God, I guess I'm getting nervous again because once again, my hands are getting shaky because I'm drawing live. But It's okay. I'll never learn if I don't draw. But yeah. If I do go quiet, it's because I'm logging in for a little bit, but I usually return to the chat after a little while. I think I already said that. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to be honest to Jean for a second after this. Is that good? Maybe. The footing's a little off, but not the worst thing in the world. I think the feet are just a little big, but I was the only one. Give me a second. I got to pause this. There we go. Yeah, I was the only, when I was doing the challenge, it felt like homework. I was only in the challenge for like a month before dropping out. Yeah, so that's kind of how I feel when it comes to this type of stuff. I do like doing them. Like I do like it, but eventually after like a month or two, it felt like homework and it felt like something I wanted to avoid rather than something that would actually improve and help me and make me feel a lot better. So I eventually dropped doing gestures to such consistency. And then of course I kind of like reeled in later on because I realized it's a good practice tool, but as like something I need to keep myself on, it just felt a little much, I guess, if that makes sense. But now I feel like I've come up with a certain schedule where I feel pretty good of how I do them. I feel like I do them enough. To where I feel like I'm getting a good amount of practice. But who knows? I did achieve my goal doing it though. Like I did achieve drawing in a way that felt more loose and less so dependent on construction. Of course, if you look at my gestures compared to other people's gestures, I'm sure that they look much more construction-like than everyone else's. You know what I mean? But I feel like it's a lot better than before. Especially how previously it used to take me like hours just to get a single sketch done because I was just so nervous and I was just so choked up on professional or perfection, that's the word for it, that I couldn't ever get anything done. Like this, right? This thing right here, this body, this female body would take me like 20 minutes if I was still drawing like I used to, just because I was just so nervous. Especially when I was streaming, especially when I don't really like this gesture that much. I'm not really looking for like this. But yeah, are you streaming on Twitch as well? What's the Twitch link? Sadly, I'm not streaming on Twitch. I've never been much of a Twitch user, but I think that's just my fault. I wish I did though. I'm sure a lot more people are used to Twitch. But no, sadly, I'm sorry. I don't stream on Twitch. I should. Maybe I should get used to it. Most of my friends stream on Twitch. I do appreciate you showing up regardless though. YouTube is better anyways, but multi-streaming isn't too difficult, I've heard. Yeah, I've never given it a shot though. I remember when, who was it? This was like so long ago. I remember when like Ninja Fortnite Blevians first announced that he was streaming on Mixer, Twitch, and all the above for a while or something. But yeah, I just like YouTube because it just feels like if you're a new streamer, it feels as though it's a lot easier to manage. This arm's a little long. I think the proportions are a little off for this one, but this should be up a little bit. Looks a little weird. Got a nice vibe going on. Yeah, I try. I like to just keep it small, I guess. Keep it quiet. But then again, I'm always playing jazz, so I want to keep these gestures as small as possible. If I'm trying to fill out this 5,000 by 5,000 canvas, I don't want it to be too crazy. How many gestures have we got so far? 5? This is our 5th one. See, this one's a laying down gesture. I think after the gestures, I'll probably do an actual drawing, just like a quick one. Maybe just do a little sketch, possibly, but who knows? This is just supposed to be for practice for today. Uh-oh, this one's going to be a little difficult. I don't think I'm used to doing this type of angle for my gestures. I wonder if someday people are going to get tired of this jazz. I literally use the same exact playlist essentially every time, but I don't stream enough for people to get tired of it. But maybe if I start streaming more often, I wonder if people are going to get tired with the playlist I have picked out. I'm sure it'll be annoying at one point. Okay, this is a weird gesture, not gonna lie, but we're gonna keep it like that. Be fine. Skip on to the next one. We're only gonna do about 10, and then we'll switch back over to clothes practices. That was kind of what I was intending on doing. I do wonder how my gestures... I haven't really looked at other people's gestures recently, and I wonder how they kind of compare, how they differentiate. I know they're definitely different from how people usually do them, it seems. I seem to get the reaction that my gestures look a lot more like construction, or like I default to a very construction-like mentality whenever I'm doing them. Like I'm very much of like drawing lines, drawing tubes. And it's less like gesture and more like fast construction, which I do agree. I do very much agree that it's very much like that. But at the same time, this is just kind of what makes my brain understand them. Like I don't really understand it unless I'm doing something like this. But who knows? I'm sure someone will explain it to me one day, why my way of doing it is not the correct way, but maybe. It does feel weird to do gestures on computer though. It just feels so awkward in comparison. Maybe I should get like a matted screen protector. Maybe that would give me more of the vibe I'm kind of going for. Maybe. Who knows? this one's gonna be a little awkward. That one's gonna look. This one's gonna look so awkward. I guess I'm also more. I probably shouldn't edit it using the lasso tool because that's not really how. It's kind of the same thing as doing an eraser tool, yeah. You're kind of supposed to avoid erasing. I also didn't give enough space. Wow. Okay, this is starting out to be not the best. We'll finish with 30 seconds left. Just gotta be quick. I could always bring this gesture back out. I think this is the one I'm gonna bring back out and redo. I'm very certain I can do this one a lot better than how I currently have it. I wish I could show the reference, but sadly, line of action uses really, I mean, I guess I could filter it, but at the same time, I kind of like the variety they give me. A lot of the gestures, though, are sort of risky. I mean, not to make it sound like they're inappropriate or anything, but if anything, it's just more like, they're naked. They're naked. I don't know why I'm so afraid to say that word. They're just naked. Okay, I think that one's good. 15 more seconds on that one, but we'll skip it. These are large in size, though. Let's see, I'm going to cut these down a tad bit more. Yo, Rich Carter. It's been a minute. It's been a long minute. I mean, I guess it is my fault since I did stop streaming for a little bit. Let's see, I do want to erase this portion. We're going to shrink these down a little bit. How you been, man? How have you been? Fine. That's good. Glad you're doing all right. There we go. Man, who knew resizing this would be so awkward? Okay, we'll just return it to normal. I'll resize them later. I got a new comp. I got a new computer. Nice. Good for you, man. And it has been quite a moment. To be fair, I did drop off the face of the internet for a tad bit, but besides that, I just opened YouTube and guess what? What? I'm here. Yeah. Well, nice to have you back. This is my second stream back. I did stream the other day. But essentially, I'm trying to get back into it for the summer since I'm done with college now. But yeah. I'm actually learning animation by myself. That's pretty cool. I've got a couple of friends giving it a shot. And it seems to be pretty good, so. But it's nice that you're giving it kind of own effort to it. How's it going? You got any projects done or just kind of just like kind of started? Nothing yet. I'm animating a bouncing ball. The infamous bouncing ball. That's true. Everyone does start with something. The bouncing ball is usually everyone's first choice. Okay. I'm done with gesturing for now. I'm definitely going to return to my drawing clothing type of routine. So, I do not like the bouncing ball, so I spiced it up a little bit. That's good. I guess most people are trying to do that too. People tend to branch from that once they finish the bouncing ball, but either or. And again, I don't really know what your starting point is from animation. Let's see. There we go. I gotta get used to this new thing. There we go. I think I'll do 1 or 2 practices and then we'll see where we go from there. But I definitely just want to give this a shot real quick. Resuming back my usual clothes drawing. I'll try to keep it simple though. Nothing too crazy. Something like this. Just a normal standing pose. Actually, I think he's leading. Oh, he's leading a little bit more this way. There we go. I think that's a good enough base. Let's see. Cool. All right. So he's wearing a bit of a plaid shirt, kind of baggy towards the sleeves, and a lot of the. Hello, yo, Shironeko, what's up? Nice to see you back. Nice to see you back. Welcome back to. It's 3 a.m. right now. Really? I guess me changing up the time is a little weird then, isn't it? I decided to change up my the time today. But maybe that was a bad idea. Maybe this is a bad idea. Maybe I missed having more people. Well, today I'm just gonna be streaming for a little bit anyway, since I just wanted to get my practice out of the way. And I decided it wouldn't be a bad idea to stream my practice. So I need to go for sleep. You should go to sleep if you're like if it's 3 a.m. or something like that. Maybe take off for the night or something. I will just be streaming for a short while. I am kind of preparing for a drawing that will be uploaded probably because I am trying to actively work on my next video, obviously. That being in mind. For real? Yeah. Low key though, you guys too probably need to go to bed. I mean, where are you guys? Like, where is everybody? Where is everybody? If it's 3 a.m. for you, I guess you'd be in Asia then. You'd be all the way half across the world, or at least somewhere in that vicinity. If you're genuinely joining us and it's 3 in the morning for you. Love from the sea. From the sea. I don't know if that's an acronym or something. I'm sure it is. I'm sure I'm just missing the point here. But yes. Well, regardless, I am glad that you can show up for a little bit. No matter how long or short this streaming session will be. Yeah, Southeast Asia. Okay, got it. I guess I should have known that. I don't know why I couldn't get SEA from that, but good to know. So what would be the best? Well, so what time was it last time I streamed the other day ago? What time is it for? What time was it for you? If it's 3 a.m. now, it must have been right off the bat or something like that. Would have been like, see, I streamed at 10 in the morning, and if it's 3 o'clock your time, would have been just 10 p.m. Yeah, around 10 p.m. If it's exactly almost 24, about 12-hour difference. Dang, that's crazy. Well, I guess maybe I should change when I stream to a different time period then. Maybe that'd be more fitting. I am still trying to set up a schedule as well, so, and recently I've been more of a morning person, but I definitely find myself up during those hours nowadays. Whether I stay up all the time or other reasoning, I do find myself being awake at that time now. So maybe it is best. Maybe I should start streaming at those hours. If you hear anything, I think some people just suddenly started cutting grass, but I don't know if my mic will pick that up. Well, I'm so glad you can show up, Shiro. It's nice to have you. no matter what time. Who knows? Maybe tomorrow I'll stream, just for the sake of it. And I'll stream early on, so more people can join. I do also need to set up like some thumbnail or something. I removed the kind of sus thumbnail from this one because I just thought it was a little much. We can hear it a little, but not too much. We can hear it a little, but not too much. Can you not hear my mic very well? Is that the problem? Or is it the music? I do want to turn down the music a little bit. It is kind of hurting my ears how loud it is for me on my end. I want to dim it quite a tad. There we go. Anyway, regardless, I decided to just pop in. This guy's got big shoes. Got really kind of crazy shoes. But yeah, in a little bit, I'm about to go get something. You said people are cutting grass? I did. Yes. Yes. I think there's some people cutting out their lawns outside. Because over here, I don't know how it is wherever you are. But we're currently kind of transitioning to the summertime period. And a lot of people, we're in the suburbs. So a lot of people like taking care of their lawns and stuff. So a lot of people cutting grass, getting, lawn businesses to come in and trim the bushes and stuff like that. Good night. Good night, Rich Carter. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Nice seeing you again. Always nice seeing an old friend. Well, now it's just you and me, Shionika. Oh, never mind. Good night. Good night. Take good care. Do have a good night, though. I appreciate you, both of you, coming in at, crazy hours in your sleep schedule? The side cam is wild, by the way. Yeah, the problem is that I wanted to have a camera, but I also didn't want to be, I don't know, man. Nice seeing you guys. Yes, take care. Ray, Creative Arts. Hi. The way you draw clothing is so nice. That's kind of crazy because I am trying something new. So, Milky and I are still here. I'm glad you both are here. I'm not very good at reading chat really quickly, so we're going to go down one by one real quick. The way you draw clothing is so nice. Thank you. I very much appreciate that. I'm practicing my clothing because I'm trying to get there. Trying to get to a better state. Before I was just drawing lines really loosely. So I appreciate the compliment. The sideway cam is wild, by the way. I wanted something connected. I wanted a camera so people can see what I'm doing. But at the same time, I didn't want to show my face or too much of my body. So I kind of put a little guy there too. So would give something. Whoa, leg. I know you can see my leg reveal. I hope it's not too weird, actually. I think that's so weird to just show my leg and my, I hope you don't see my feet. I hope you can't see that. You got to pay for that. I'm kidding. You're either super focused on chat or not paying attention at all. Yeah. I can't do two things at once. Because you guys know that I have a problem drawing and talking at the exact same time. So I kind of have to pick the focus on one at a time. And so if I'm drawing and chatting, I just have to. I eventually kind of have to lock in and such. And I also hear the lawnmower in my neighborhood, so that's not particularly helping either. But yeah. Anyway, what was I saying? That's right. I'm not good at multitasking. So I either have to draw and chat, but not look at anything new and just kind of stick to the same thing that I was talking earlier, or I have to look at the chat and just talk. Does that make sense? Or am I kind of just talking in circles and it's not really helping? Regardless, I'm vibing. All right, that's one. That's one. That's one That's one clothing practice down. Let's pick another one. Hopefully I can fill out this 5,000 by 5,000 pick this canvas. I don't know how long I'm going to go for, but actually, I'm just going to pick a relatively hard one to do and just draw that the entire time and see how well I can render it out in just sketches. I currently have it looked up, baggy clothing. So let's see if I can just pick something fun and draw it. Who knows? Oh, but I don't know if I should use so much of my creative energy. Like, I can only draw for so long before I start petering out towards the end of the day. That is 100% something I need to watch out for. Baggy clothing, fun, pose. I don't know if Pinterest can handle such a extensive search. Good enough, sort of. I mean, the poses aren't really fun. They're just kind of standing. Doesn't need to be baggy clothing, but something I feel like baggier clothing would obviously let me practice clothes folds and stuff kind of entering into each other now a lot better. Let's see. Now I'm just looking up fun pose and let's see if anything fun actually does pop up. I think this is cute enough. We'll do this pose. We'll do this. This is cute. We do it right next to him and we'll try to render it out as well as we can in a short amount of time. Let's kind of turn up the... Hopefully nothing too crazy though. Oh yeah, but Milky, welcome back. Did I say that already? She wasn't here for the last session, so... Can't believe you missed it. Can't believe you missed my first stream back. I'm kidding. You did. Okay, that's good. Ugh. It is good to have you back, though. Say, what time is it for you currently, Milky, if you don't mind me asking? I'm asking because I streamed in like 10 in the morning last time. The last stream I did, my first stream back, I streamed at 10 in the morning. And it seemed like a lot of people were in it and at a better time for other people. It's 10:47 p.m. for you. Dino! Hey! Yeah, Dino was here for the last stream. So I was surprised that so many people showed up for such a 10 a.m. stream. But now that I'm streaming more in like late afternoon, I'm wondering if that's even worse for people or if that's better. Because before I would stream at 10 p.m. every Thursday on the dot, if I'm correct. But now I'm more of a morning person and I do a lot of stuff on my own at night. So I feel as though maybe switching it up would be nice. And today I decided to stream in the middle of the day. But I'm not particularly sure if that's working since a lot of people aren't showing up. But that could just be a coincidence. But I do want to watch. I do like it when people are in my streams because it's just so much more fun. I had a lot of fun essentially last time. And I hope those people can show up again. But it looks like for Shiro, it's like 3 in the morning for them. But then again, I guess last time on my stream, I streamed at 10 in the afternoon. For Lost Me, it was like way too late. I'm watching streams all the time. I'm glad that you're here, Dino. It is nice to have you. And you're not late. We're just trying to figure out I'm trying to figure out what's a good time for me. But hey, that's my problem to figure out. I also think I should make a fun thumbnail. I did change the last thumbnail we did. Just felt a little much. But who knows? Maybe I'm just talking. Then again, I could always talk to myself. I have plenty to say to myself. You should stream like in the middle of the day, but not too late. Yeah, maybe. What time is it? If you don't mind me asking, what time is it? Was it for you the last time I streamed? The last stream we were in. Do you mind disclosing that info? But then again, I guess it isn't always about the views. Maybe it's just the fun people I have. That's all that matters. But then I am. Right now it's 2:49 p.m. Okay, so if I were to stream at 10, it wouldn't be too late for you either. Then again, I don't really know what the majority of my... I don't have any viewers because I haven't made a video in forever. So I don't really have a geographical graph that YouTube used to give me. Who knows? For now, we'll just roll the punches. Regardless, I'm glad that people are here. So, once again, like always, thank you for showing up. Okay, this has turned out cute. Really cute. I like this pose. See, look at me. I'm talking and drawing at the same time. I feel like I've personally improved. I feel like I've done great improvements. 3:50 p.m. So we're on the same time zone. That's good to know. I don't really know Canada time zones. You guys are really big. I kind of forget how big North America is quite often because like America is huge. I live here, so I forget. But Canada is like the same width, right? Like you guys are our hat and you fill up the entire width. So you all must be as big or pretty large. My mom got rid of my dog this... What does that mean? So I'm... Oh, God. Wait, there's a bar in the way. My mom got rid of my dog this morning, so I kind of been crying, but now I'm here. The day can be a bit better. That's good. Oh, that's not good news, but I hope I can make you feel better by just with my presence, I guess. I don't really... Not particularly sure. But I am sorry to hear that. I've lost plenty of pets, and I've had to say goodbye to plenty of pets, so it does suck, but things do get better, hopefully. If I can help somehow, hopefully my presence will. I'm in the part of Canada that lines up with the American East Coast, so I am exactly where you are, essentially. I'm not too far. So yeah, I think we are in the exact time zone. We're wider. We have Alaska and Hawaii. I don't know why I'm being competitive. I've got no clue, but beat that. I'm not particularly sure how... If I'm sure you guys are wider by a large margin. Like you guys got a part that sticks out like past the New York area, so I'm sure y'all are wider. Y'all. I can't beat the fact that I grew up... I've spent too much time in the South nowadays. Now I say y'all. I guess I've said y'all for quite some time now. It's just a funny word. It's a fun word to pick up. Oh, wait a minute. Her leg is kind of... This leg is kind of thicker than the others. There we go. The pose is done. So now we're just going to go into doing clothing. I don't know what I'm going to put on her, but hopefully it turns out good. Because we're going to work on this one a little bit more, I am going to make it a little bit longer, a little bit bigger, and hopefully It's okay. What tablet do I draw on? I draw on, I believe, the Huion Canvas 13 Pro. I kind of get it mixed up between the 13 and the 16 because I'm not particularly sure which one. But ConKhi, can you flip me off? I can't do that. I can't flip off viewers. Not that I ever would do that, but I kind of forget that you guys can see my hand no matter what I do. So like, whoop. I can do. Hey, I remember this thing back in like middle school where you can like triple flip off someone, put your two hands together, and put the wrist like that, and just kind of look at that. I totally forgot I could do that. Don't look at my nails. Don't look at my nails. I haven't cut them in a while. Oh my god, I just realized they're a little longer than I need them to be. Please don't look at my nails. I hope you didn't realize that. I took a really long shower this morning, and I should have groomed up a little bit more. But no. You don't see my nails. Paint your nails. Send nail pic. Paint my nails. You know, I've never been against painting my nails. Back in middle school, I had a teacher named Miss. I shouldn't say her real name, or I shouldn't say her last name, should I? Back in middle school, I painted my nails pink one time for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And I totally forgot that this is gonna sound really bad, and I swear to God, is it gonna sound bad? I'm not sure. I don't really know how this lands. I forgot, like, I guess I just forgot that gay people exist or something like that, and I totally forgot that it kind of made me look a little zesty. But hey, it looked good, and pink nails are great. And hey, if a man paints his nails, there's no problem with that. I think it's cool. My mom and dad paint nails for a living, so I've always been okay with like, I don't know what I'm going along with this, but I guess people like masculine people shouldn't paint their nails. But I painted my nails as a kid. I've always been used to nail painting because my mom did nails. Where's the story going? I had pink nails and I liked it. It was really fun. It was really I like having my nails painted once in a while. For a time during the pandemic, I know that there was a TikTok thing where people would some dudes would get their nails glossed because it just looks nice and it's like it's very not noticeable. So for a time, I asked my mom to like get like a top coat on my nails. I don't think anyone ever realized that because it's not noticeable. So I got like a top coat on my nails sometimes. Whenever I was in my mom's shop, it was cool. It was really nice. What a random ass story. Anyway, you guys are not seeing my nails because I need to cut them. I need them to look better. And I don't know if I'm going to paint them again. Who knows? Was that a weird tangent to go off on? Was that odd? I feel like, am I the one that likes to grow my nails but not nail polish on them? I think there's a good balance, right? Like, obviously, I think guys usually tend to keep their nails a lot shorter. So when you see a guy with long nails, it's a little odd. I like to keep my nails relatively long, or like kind of like not long. I don't know. My teacher one time was like, if you're a guy and you don't keep your nails super short, you're weird. And I'm like, what the heck? I like to, because there's so many uses for slightly longer nails. You know what I mean? Like, you can pick at things. Itches feel nicer. That's a little weird, but itches feel nicer. Like, okay, what if you're like some dude and you want to pop a beer can, and then you turn to me and you go, hey man, can you open this beer for me? And me with my slightly longer nails go, yeah, I could pop this beer can for you. I mean, like, what? It's so useful in certain scenarios. I'm a red nail girly. See? Red nails are cool. Trying to open a package with short nails is the worst. Exactly. Having slightly longer nails is just a useful tool. That's just it. Nothing wrong with that. Red nails look great. I don't hate red nails. I like this coral color. I never put it on me. I've only painted my nails a handful of times. That was because my mom and dad needed practice. Like whenever they tried practicing. Like if you go to nail salons, you probably know dips, SNS dips, gels and stuff like that, and stick-ons and designs and stuff. And because my mom needed practice and she wasn't particularly a fan of using like the fake nail ones, I would often be the person she would practice on, or sometimes I'd be the person she practiced on. So I've always, whenever she did, just in case I couldn't get them off or something, because sometimes she would forget her drill or something at the shop. I would always pick this like beautiful coral color, because like it was just this nice. I forgot the name of it, but it was really pretty. But at the same time, it wasn't like dull. It was like bright, and it was like super nice. So sometimes I would go to school and I would have like 1 or 2 nails like still covered in paint. Lock in. My bad, chief. That's on me. That's on me. Locking back in. No color suit me. I'm sure a color or 2 suits you. I'm sure there's a color out there. If I would choose a color now, if I ever got my nails painted again, like if my mom had to practice on me, I'd pick like a nice dulled out sage green. I just really like green nowadays, like a specific foresty, not foresty, but you know, more like a duller green. I think I just like muted colors nowadays. But all right, locking in. That's right, I'm locking in. Chill out. Okay, we're gonna render this out a little bit more than usual, but we'll make it work somehow. I'd like to go back to this spot and grab this blue right here. Slay, baby boy. I'm trying. I mean, hi. I mean, welcome, though. Like, hi, Wolfpa. I'm still going to call you Wolfpa regardless of your name, by the way, because I just feel like I've gotten used to that fact. Okay, so let's see. Let's search up t-shirt. I'm definitely going to use some Pinterest. Ugh, t-shirt. This is a terrible setup where I have to reach my arm over. Maybe I should move my keyboard here. I don't know. Let's see. I'm definitely not good enough where I can draw about a reference. References are still definitely something that I need. Man, it's hard. You know? Drawing about a reference, I mean. Man, searching up girl salute pose brings up like army, and I'm not trying to draw army clothing, but who knows. Okay. Okay, so the seam seems to be here. And I'm sure there's going to be like this. I'm sure there's going to be like a spiral. Maybe. Kind of like this. I think that's cute. That's fine. Probably. Oh, but she has her pants tucked in, and I think that's kind of cute. We're going to do this. But at the same time, we're going to have it kind of... Yes, probably. My mom is trying to make me go socialize with people I don't know how at an art. You're in an art camp? Wait, you're in an art camp? An art camp. That sounds fun. Because it's like you're in a room with people with like-minded individuals, but maybe every artist is secretly antisocial. The music is still on. Thank you very much. How do I draw this clothes? These clothes. I feel like it looks weird. I feel like I'm also not accounting for the fact that she might have breasts. Maybe I should look up. Duplicate. Shirt tucked in. Shirt tucked in. Well, it's like for beginners and for me to use my imagination. Good. Good. That sounds cool. How come you're having trouble socializing? Unless everyone there is not very social, which is by all means totally fair. I'm sure finding people who want to socialize is probably a little difficult. Oh, I guess I should probably... I don't know. I feel like I'm drawing this wrong. I hate socializing so much, though. Fair. You gotta go now. Bye. Bye, Milky. Thank you for showing up. Always glad to have you. Maybe I'll change when I stream, so... I don't know. Oh, it's thundering. Oh, do you guys hear that? It's thundering now. Damn. Okay, I think this will look fine. Something like this. All right, and then this could be crumpled up. Sort of. Maybe. I really don't know how this is going to look. But hey, struggling's part of the process, right? I guess I'm just way too nervous, trying to make this way too perfect. I'm sure that I'm certain though, that this creates some form of stretch. There's no way it doesn't, right? Is this fine? Is this good? Please, if you draw, or if you're willing, please tell me when things look good and things look off. I'd love a critique once in a while. Also, give me something to talk about. Struggle? Thank you. Appreciate it. Struggling is part of the process. It's part of the process. And now I gotta draw a belt. You know, I'm never gonna learn if I don't struggle just a tad bit. Alright, so let's do one belt loop here, one belt loop here, down, down. Little belt buckle. Alright, now, it seems like these things create a tension point as well, you know, because they are holding up the belt area and they're being tugged on by what's above. So, good to know. It's a tension point. All right. And then, of course, there's the center piece that usually, I guess I'm doing jeans. Oh, I feel like that does this usually. Yeah. I think I'm going to draw while watching your live stream. Yeah. I think that's actually how I usually watch streams is if I'm ever watching, like I usually watch VTubers, right? I watch VTubers because they often do just chatting streams and they usually talk about stuff that I'm interested in, like anime or they just play games. So I often find myself watching that type of content, but I'm usually just like drawing while I'm watching them because I just like background noise. No, that looks off. That doesn't look right. Okay. Usually go so the pockets are actually quite smooth except for this area. want to make this a pocket actually rather than a. Okay, that looks fine. You're fine. Folds ain't excessive nor too simple though. I'm fine. Folds ain't excessive nor too simple though. Okay. Are you saying they need to be more? Or you're saying that it's a good thing that it's not too excessive or too simple? Or like, are you in what context? wait, elaborate. I don't know. Maybe I'm just reading in too much. I think I'm gonna erase these, and I think I'm gonna have them like kind of stretch like this rather. I think that makes more sense. Yes, probably. Okay. So let's see. Now these are off. It seems like this side of the pants is quite straight. Quite straight. Not much of a problem here. Like that. But it seems to be a hanging fold. Oh, but they're cuffed. Maybe in this drawing I won't make them cuffed. No, I'll make them cuffed. Follow the reference a little bit more. I've taken some creative liberties, but I still want to relatively follow it just fine. The cuff will kind of scrunch here. This part will be relatively, but this part will be. Yeah, I think that's nice. That's not awful. You know, I do find it, back to the whole art camp thing, I do find it kind of difficult to socialize in real life, though. Like today, I was at the gym, right? So I was at the gym. Mur knows that. I was talking to Mur when I was at the gym. And I wanted to be helpful because this lady, this young lady was using weights. And so if you know anything about the gym, sometimes the weights can get mixed up, right? Because like certain amount of, like each station should have a certain amount of weights. It's usually, like in my station usually has four 45-pound weights on both sides, two 25-pound weights and two 10-pound weights, and then a myriad of 2.5 to 5 weights on each side. But for some reason, I guess someone who was using it was borrowing other weights because I guess it just wasn't enough for them at the time. And when they were borrowing weights, they forgot, or maybe they were just lazy. Who knows? Whatever the reason is, doesn't matter. They somehow, my station, the one that I ended up on, had like 5 on both side 10-pound plates. And so I saw this woman struggling because she was using, like, instead of just whatever, she was using 4 or 5 2.5-pound weights when she should be using one 10-pound weight, but she doesn't have one because they were on my station. So I then went up to her and was like, hey, I noticed you're kind of having a hard time. You're using like you don't have enough weights. So I decided to like, give her back her weights, but I wanted to notify her so I didn't feel like I was just walking up on her for no reason. And I don't know if I'm reading into it, but I feel like I made her nervous, and I feel really bad. I keep thinking about it, but I feel really bad. Yo, C-Butt. It's C-Butt. It's been a while, man. It has been a minute. How have you been? Actually, I feel like I need to do this because I feel like. How have you been, C-Butt? I feel like every time someone joins the chat, I have to be like, oh my God, it's been forever, because it has been forever. Like, EP as hell. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm a little tired myself, but nothing too crazy. Still just chilling. But I hope you've been doing well. I've actually still been relatively keeping in I see that you post once in a while on the art servers, so I see that you've been keeping up with your learning art and stuff. So your stuff looks good. Your stuff looks good, dude. Like I know I don't say it because I feel like I've just been offline recently, but it looks good, man. Like really good, deadass. I'm trying not to cuss, but I kind of like gotta catch myself sometimes. Man, do the clothes folds just seem a little much? And it just seems kind of random sometimes, but I guess this one has kind of like a little seam right here. Should I be drawing that? Not sure. Okay, I know what I should. Okay, I'm gonna erase this portion because this portion just seems like a lot. But there does seem to be like a general consensus that there are clothes folds over in this angle. So yeah, we'll do that. But welcome back. Well, I'm trying to get back into the swing of things, as you can probably tell. So what you're currently aiming for, I forgot. So I think it's probably best to just show you my last drawing. I can show this. I'm sure it's fine. So I drew this the other day, right? And I realized that a lot of the clothing was just really bad. Like, it's not perfect, but a lot of clothing was just really bad. I felt it was pretty awful. Like, I felt this was pretty garbage. This was pretty garbage. This was pretty garbage. This was pretty garbage. Like, I felt like there was no... I was just drawing lines for the sake of lines. So essentially, I was like, you know what? I should probably do a clothes study because I feel like I've been out of the loop for a while. As too much folding. Yeah, I'm sure there isn't. But I'm sure some other folding looks a lot more accurate than some others. So essentially, I have decided that I need to go back and do a bit of a clothes study because... Or... like relearn a little bit of clothes folds because it just feels like I have not kept up. Yeah, folds of triangles and following the contour of the body looks better for cheap effort. Yeah, but I'm trying to get to a point where I can draw them and they look good. But I'm not sure here. Like right now, I'm not particularly sure if this looks very well. Because eventually, once I try to color them too, I want to make sure that they look like well. But I'm not sure. Again, still trying to figure things out. Like this doesn't look fantastic to me. Especially this leg right here. Your folds are triangles and... I already looked at that. Usually the line art, they be kind of faded compared to the main line work. So the whole subject, like perspective, Trevor is a whole subject, like, yeah, exactly. Like clothing, I've just been taking clothing really lightly recently. Or I guess throughout my entire journey, I took clothing relatively lightly and I never really focused in on it. And now I'm kind of paying the price for it by having to learn it now or learning a lot better now. So that's what I'm doing. Just learning how to do clothes or I guess relearning because of course I've looked up tutorials and stuff, but I never took it as... I guess I was just so focused on anatomy and other things that I neglected other stuff like clothing. So essentially all I'm doing is just learning how to do clothing. That's the point. I'm learning how to do clothing. I'm just repeating myself at this point. I'm learning how to do clothing. Especially shoes. And yeah, I don't like shoes. I find shoes. I don't know how to indicate form. It's going to be super hard to make believable clothing. True. You either render the folds with lighter values or make them relatively lighter than the ambient inclusion and silhouette. Your figures are looking nice. Thank you. Drapery is the whole subject. I've already read all that. If you don't know how to... There's a bar in the way. You either render the folds with lighter values or making them relatively lighter than the ambient inclusion and silhouette line art. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just saying yeah, but the reality is I'm not particularly sure on any topic that I'm working on currently. You've got this? I hope so. I mean, again, with time. That's the reason why I'm trying to draw on stream. It's like it allows me to I get to practice. I get to practice more if I'm streaming. I did watch a Markabuchi drawing, and he did offer. That's why I said last time I streamed. I watched. Imagine your pinching points that be 100%, be full 100% black value. Okay, yeah. I guess I need to do everything. So, or I need to like remember that. I do have to remind myself that tension points and stuff like that. So like here's a tension point. I imagine like they're being pulled here, but I guess my biggest problem would be understanding how multiple tension points would affect. Like, let's say I have a tension point here, and then let's say I have a tension point here. Which one takes precedent? Like, if I'm drawing lines like this coming from this point because she's saluting, right? So she has her arm up and it's stretching the cloth towards this area. Yes. But at the same time, there's also just like, because there's a tension point here towards the armpit and the seam kind of goes into the armpit, which one takes precedent? Would I rather have it go draping down, or would I have this kind of take more precedent? You can use pressure opacity or lock the layer and paint it lighter. True. I am not really worrying too much about painting as of yet right now, though, because obviously coloring is just a whole nother subject for me. I just don't. But for now, I just want to figure out how to sketch clothing. I'm doing things one by one. I also probably will have another stream where I'm doing more of a color study. I tried thinking about painting the other day. I think I mentioned it quickly that I wanted to do painting as well. But just a lot of things I want to do. Yeah, obviously there's a lot of things I want to do, but then there's also things that I'm actually going to do. There's saying it and then there's doing it. I think that's enough talking, though. I think I have this. I think this is as best I'm going to get now with my current knowledge. Maybe. I'm not sure. Not particularly sure. I'm second guessing myself now. Your liner is always solid. Color, liner is always solid. Color and opacity folds ain't gonna work if the entire fold line is full opacity. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're right. I'm just saying yeah. I don't really know how to respond particularly. I do think you are right. But right now I'm at the stage where I'm really only worried about sketches, I guess. Like, how would I word it where it makes sense for me? Like where I believe I'm at. I'm currently in a step where I'm not even sure how I'm not even proficient with understanding how clothing folds with each other, fold into each other, how they line up with multiple tension points. So once I figure that out, then I'll focus more on the line art, the coloring. But I've just come to realize that my understanding on clothing is just so ungodly lacking. My knowledge on clothing in general is so lacking that I just am trying to figure out how the lines and how things pull with each other and how the form works and how just the basic concept of drapery works out. Yeah, the basics, essentially. Because all I've been doing now, because I've always understood there are tension points, but all I've been doing is figuring out where the tension points are and drawing lines from them. Not with any cohesive reasoning or in regards to form. I've just been drawing lines from tension points, and that's what I've been flowing with. And then recently, I was like, man, I've been doing a lot of gestures. I've been doing a lot of anatomy. I've been figuring out that a lot of stuff. So now that stuff has been a lot better, I have now, like, with that, have growing quite far. In my opinion, I feel like I've gotten better at it. Not that it's good, but I've gotten better at the form and gestures. Now that that has happened, I now see the flaws in other stuff that hasn't kept up yet, and I've realized that I'm lacking in a lot of other things, and one of those things is drapery. I'm talking a lot, but I'm saying the same thing. I'm a yapper. I'm sure everyone will start to remember that I talk a crap ton. Shoes. I don't get shoes. I don't draw shoes, and I'm very bad at drawing shoes. I've learned. Like, which is so weird because everyone wears shoes. But man, am I god awful at drawing shoes. Feet is already such a hard thing for me to draw, like right off the bat. So then to add something on top of that, it's just like way out. So I usually just do this, just do the overall shape. I'm sure I'll learn shoes along the way as I'm learning clothing as well. But for now, I'm just going to keep the shoes simple like that. I'll just do that for now. Bro, Void Entertainer, my favorite baby boy YouTuber. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I do appreciate everyone's suggestions, though. Please don't assume that because I'm just like brushing it off or anything that I don't understand it or that I don't appreciate it. I'm just at a point where I don't understand all of them. I'm sure a lot of your advice and a lot of the suggestions you give me will come into my head and be utilized a lot better once I have a better understanding. But certain things you guys just say that like I might not understand just simply because like I'm not good enough or I'm not there yet. Like airbrush and stuff like that. I'm sure Wolfput is offering such great advice, but dead ass, sometimes I just have to say yeah because I don't know what to do or how to apply your advice yet because I'm not there yet. Literally just garbage. Once I learn, like once I get to the step of coloring, the airbrush advice will probably go fucking hard, freaking hard. Because Wolfput's advice always hits hard for me. I remember one time Wolfput made this imager thing where he wrote like 7 paragraphs for me to read. Genuinely ungodly helpful. I didn't get it until like 2 months later or 2 to 3 months later when I reread it and I was like, oh, I get it now after like learning. So it's like, I'm sure all of your advice would come and be so helpful to me eventually. You'll just have to remind me at that point. Let's see. Yesterday I was playing a PvP game, and someone said I was hacking. Yeah, that happens all the time. Or I feel like it just happens a lot. People just can't stand losing sometimes. Always gotta come up with an excuse. Though yesterday I was playing Helldivers, so I was not playing a PvP game. Gotta save Super Earth, baby. I love Helldivers. Such a fun game. Step 1, select the air lasso that fold line art, or they don't understand the mechanics. Yes. Step 2, pick the airbrush eraser. I forgot that I have a hand cam. I can actually show you that I'm getting it. I forgot. And a leg cam. Just a daily reminder. Just a stream reminder. This is not underwear. They're shorts with pockets and a string that you can tighten it with. They just look like underwear. This is my sleeping attire. I'm in my sleeping. I can only draw my sleeping attire. Now you fade and you fold. True. Yes. You don't believe me. How am I supposed to prove that this is an underwear? Take it off? I'm kidding. I'm not gonna. Well, obviously I'm not gonna do that. Not BS. What time is it for you guys? See, but what time is it for you? What time is it for Jane and Ray Creative Arts? If you're still here, what time is it for you? Yummy feet. Thank you. CD nudes. 2:28 in the morning or in the afternoon. That's good information. No, time to draw lock in. You're right. We've been kind of dilly-dallying and talking too much. We'll just do simple shoes for now, though. PM. Okay, so not bad timing. You're only like 2 hours away from me. You're 2 hours. I'm 2 hours later. You're 2 hours earlier. Yeah. I haven't eaten anything. It's 4 p.m. and I haven't eaten anything. I've had chips. I've had a bag of chips. Coffee and tea. But I definitely need lunch. I think I'm going to have hot dogs again. Let's assume this is here. I really should eat something. I am kind of hungry. Oh wait, I gotta switch to a red pen. I am quite hungry though. After this though. Anyway, CD Newts, welcome back. It's 4 p.m. for you? Yes. CD Newts, I just instinctively said welcome back because I feel like you've been here before. either last time. Yo, same. Good. Good. I'm losing my mind. I think I'm losing my mind. I think I'm losing it just in general. My memory is off the It's just kind of crazy right now. The airbrush thing trying to simulate lighter pen strokes. That simply be it. No, I got it. Yeah. Sorry. I guess I just didn't. I didn't give a reply. I understood it. Yes. Yes. That's a big ear. What the? This stream is actually going on a lot longer than I ever intended it to go. Ah, who cares? I'm having fun. W clothes folds. Thank you. Did Milky go bed? What time is it for them? I'm not sure, but I know for a fact she left. She said goodbye a while ago. You've been here before. I'm sure you've been here. Your name seems super familiar. I just haven't streamed in so long. I don't remember all my old viewers. I do remember them, but they're like kind of. I need a little bit of a reminder. Like Wolverpa, I didn't know for sure until he told me. He then DM'd me. I gotta go. Have a good day, Dino. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it all the time. It's 11:30 for Milky right now, p.m. Okay, so she probably had to go to bed, which is great. You know, good go bedtime. I'm glad Murrah is still here, by the way. My memory is so crazy that I just kind of like forget people exist. Really know what I'm drawing, but did I say thank you, Dino, for stopping by? Thank you, Dino, for stopping by. I'm kind of losing it. I can tell I'm losing it every day. I'm losing it by just a little bit. I'm going flipping nuts. I stopped myself that time. The hair is gonna look so weird. I don't know. I don't know right now, but it's fine. It's fine. It's not like this is gonna be like a full render drawing. We're just sketching, doing light sketches. Oop. It's fine. My perfectionism will not take over today. We're just chilling. We're chilling. Just having a simple drawing day. That's all it is. Man, but is it hard to combat that? Oh, but it's so high up. The face is so long. No, but it's like it's for me. You hope you're drawing. Oh, there you go. Yeah, see, I told you. Wolverpa, it's hard. Wolverpa. Like I didn't know it was him until because if people change their names, I lose it. You know what I mean? Why the long face? Ha. No, but like if people change their name, I don't like it. So like, look, I get it. It's up to the person if they want to change their internet name. But if you do that, I will forget. Like I have a set memory and I don't have room for changes. If you change, I lose it. I forget everything. I have to relearn everything again. Bro, on that 400-day streaming streak for real. I'm assuming you're talking about C-Bub, but I do hope to do that. How are you supposed to know for real? I don't know. Yeah, how are you supposed to know? Like I didn't know until Wolverpa literally DM'd me on Discord and was like, yo, it's actually me. And I was like, yo, that's crazy. No clue. The face is relatively long, but maybe it's long for anime standards. I don't flip it know. I'm sure it's actually normal size. We're just going to do that for now. No nose. We're not going to deal with the nose. I don't want to deal with a nose. Wow. make? What did I do? Why is the elbow like that? What did I do? What the heck did I do? Why does it look like that? Oh my god. Why does it look like that? What the heck did I do? Okay. I'm sure it's fine. I'm trying to salute myself and see how it looks. Sure it's fine. Ugh! Why does it look like that? What the heck is happening? Yeah, whatever. What? It looks so weird to me. To me, it looks so odd. Oh, maybe the arm's not long enough. I'm sure the arm's not long enough either. It's okay. It's just a sketch. I don't have to deal. I gotta not deal with imperfections. Imperfections are fine. Imperfections are fine. Oh my god. All right. I'm gonna dip. Hope to see you live more often. See, but I hope you have a wonderful day. I don't know if you've already left yet because I was locked in for a second, but I hope you have a wonderful day. Take good care. I will probably ending it up soon anyways, but it was nice having everyone. I was called JJ last time, something Zivapa. Yeah, you went from Wivapa to Zivapa on my Discord, and now you might be Zivapa. I'm not particularly sure. Sorry, that's not the same. X Wivapa, and now it's Zivapa. And last time before I hiatus, I was called Alien X. Alien X is pretty dope. I love Ben 10. I don't know if that's a Ben 10 reference. Anyway, CT Newts, yes. I already pooped earlier. Too much information. Sorry. You sent the poop emoji, not me. All right. We're another day closer to filling out this 500 by 500 pixel canvas. I think that is where I'm going to end it off, though. I am going to do some more studies on my own time because, frankly, I need to work on it. But thank you, everyone, for showing up. Whoever did. I will probably be streaming more in the morning now because I feel like a lot more people show up. But, again, I feel bad saying that because I feel like I want more views. But then again, I just like enjoy it when there's more people around. I just find it a lot more fun because I do like talking to you guys. You guys are amazing, like just simply. But let that be known. I do appreciate everyone that shows up, regardless of what you're doing, or how many people show up. I just am glad that I have people to talk to, regardless, which is phenomenal. So I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm gonna go get food in my body because I'm extremely hungry. But you'll have a video very soon, probably. So take care. Have a wonderful day. And I will see you all later. Bye. I can wave. Bye.